At the center of Mumbai, with an estimated population of somewhere between 600,000 and 1 million occupants, Dharavi is one of the world's largest slums and certainly one of the most productive. Correctly identifying Dharavi as Mumbai's shadow city, National Geographic points out the large proportional value of Dharavi to Mumbai. Would this post-colonial port city really be the same without Dharavi? More importantly, why do we care about Dharavi, and would Mumbai really be changed in its absence?
Passing by the seemingly makeshift shacks and shanties of Dharavi, many outsiders jump to the conclusion that the slum is composed of a primitive, low caste of Indians who not only fail to add anything to Mumbai, but also actually degenerate the city. If such an extreme judgment doesn't come to mind, at least something similar does. However, further examination of this setting would show that seemingly useless objects strewn across the grounds of some of Dharavi's neighborhoods are actually improving Mumbai rather than ruining it. Quoting the New York Times, Dharavi is probably the most active and lively part of an incredibly industrious city. People have learned to respond in creative ways to the indifference of the state, including having set up a highly functioning recycling industry that serves the whole city. This recycling hub within Dharavi is known as Compound 13, and a large portion of solid waste that is picked up off the streets of Mumbai is recycled here. Anything between plastics and metals is salvaged at Compost 13 to be reprocessed for future use. Some sources claim that Dharavi contains over 15,000 single-room factories that house these recyclers, taking in over up to 80% of Mumbai's plastic waste. This undertaking of melting down trash, molding and cleaning to be used as base materials for finished products is an exhaustive and vital operation that would otherwise leave many of Mumbai's streets populated with trash.
In addition, BBC News reports that the monetary value of trade that occurs within or as a result of Dharavi in 1 year is well over $650 million. The growing textiles industry was originally established by Tamil settlers. Today, cotton and leather are well-known products of Dharavi's residents and paramount for Mumbai's leather industry, which is avoided by many religious Hindus. In addition, Dharavi is a crucial part of the pottery-making industry in Mumbai and for its international exporters. The potters range from groups of men working within a small-scale factory to females working out of their homes. It is clear that with so many thriving cottage industries in Dharavi, this slum has significant value for the economic transitions for Greater Mumbai. As Mira Kamthur describes it, Dharavi is extremely valuable. Bisected by shop-lined lanes with cheerful fronts, it is a hive of human endeavor.
Dharavi, like many slums, used to occupy a more peripheral location in Mumbai. However, as the expanding city grew north up the greater Mumbai peninsula, Dharavi's location became much coveted real estate for developers. Now, Dharavi is 2 miles from the airport, connected to 3 major commuter rail lines, and close to the heart of Mumbai's business districts. Developers, city planners, and even the city's Slum Rehabilitation Authority are in the process of negotiating schemes to raise the slum and replace it with modern high-rises and housing developments.
It is not at all certain that replacing Dharavi with more modern developments would have a positive outcome. Though most agree that change is necessary to address the poverty, strained infrastructure, and overcrowding issues the area faces, residents are generally resistant to and suspicious of outside rehabilitation schemes.
The informal housing, or jugis, that make up most of Dharavi's architecture are adapted to the lives of most of Dharavi's residents. They are self-built, often over the course of decades, as residents make improvements on their own economic schedules. They are also environmentally efficient, requiring less energy to build and maintain than any other housing type. Though jugis certainly have their own infrastructural problems, in contrast to the resources and maintenance required by unreliable government project housing, jugis are affordable and provide relative stability.
Living anywhere else is virtually unthinkable for these slum dwellers, says John Nijman. This is especially true since 70% of residents work within Dharavi and rely on their well-established roles within the district's tightly knit communities and buzzing informal economy. Proximity to work and home is also beneficial to women because they are able to take care of their families and home while being economically independent. This diagram shows a characteristic home and business in Dharavi, a storefront and workroom on the first floor, while a living area on the second.
Some developers and city planners argue that by not developing the land more, Dharavi is not reaching its full economic potential within the city of Mumbai. It is true that the potential market profits from the land are massive and easy for developers to quantify, while the economic benefits of Dharavi's unique informal economy are more difficult to measure. But the intense, deliberate, and efficient use of space in Dharavi would be impossible to replicate. Destroying this world means eliminating one of the world's most efficient and vibrant economies.
It all depends on where one places value, on the dynamic, culturally rich, efficient, informal economy that already exists in Dharavi, or on a Western-modeled high-rise development that would strain local resources. Clearly, through the economic and land value that Dharavi possesses, it has immeasurable value to the city of Mumbai.